Hello all, hope all is well. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. Don't worry about the castle upgrade there, that was just a misclick from when I was trying to remove the little insert that the thing gives me when I start recording. So, the point of this video today is to talk a little bit more about gold. Now I have made a video about manual waving. I will be referring back to it at various points in the video because there's points I want to make regarding it. Not as an update per se, I think that video displayed my points rather well. It just coincides with what's going on here. So, let's begin with the rudimentary elements of the game for gold gaining mechanics. So which I will run through items, heroes, towers, leaders for what can generate you gold. Because this is recording number 2, and I'm an idiot, let's start with the gold gaining treasures, not inventory, treasures. Thank you. So, to begin, you have bronze piece. I think it starts at 10% bonus gold, upgrades for 0.5% every time or whatever. Essentially, bronze piece plus 10 equals 13% gold. Old coin gains you 15 extra gold per thing you kill. So, it's per kill. It's a flat amount, not a modifier, it's a flat amount. I think it is affected by the modifiers though. So say for instance you ran gold bar and gold coin, you're actually gaining 19.5 extra gold. That's fine, neither here nor there. To wit, the next one of course, bonus gold, 30% from gold bar. I think this starts at 20% when you first buy it, goes all the way up to 30%. Again, much like the bronze piece, it's a modifier. It's a percentage base. So as you're scaling your waves, the percentages scale better than the flat amounts. But early game, old coin might be more useful to you, say for instance, if you've got a couple thousand waves and that's it. Also, some of the upgrades are hella spenny. Let's also talk about these two, Iron Wheel and Whip. So although this isn't the focus of what I wanted to talk about with today, you can, make your colonies come back quicker and have extra gold. Which if you're keeping up with the infinite colonies and your ratios, as people say, oh, you got to get the ratios, you got to get your infinite castle colony done. It's 8.7% of your wave ratio. Anyway, not the point. Being a dork. Mine's only at 4 anyway, I think, or just under. Doesn't matter. But yes, the effect in the colonies makes it that you gain extra stuff. The whip used to be bugged, but I believe it's been mentioned that it's fixed now. I'll mention it, but it's not always worth running. Golden Pickaxe earns you 15% extra worker gold. Worker gold affects this number here. So it says 29 million there. If I put this in real quick, it's now 33 million an hour. So 4 million extra an hour. So say for instance you're running the game in the background, not even waving, you just got it in the background. You can place colony wheel, whip, and this golden pickaxe together, put it in the build, set it and forget it. To wit, you could also add in the mine gold, whatever. Not the point of what I wanted to point out, but it's there. Back to the treasures. This is an interesting one. So bonus gold plus, let's call it 10%. And you get 15% increased gold on death with a critical and extra gold. So the extra gold is plus 60. You always get that. You always get the 10% bonus gold. 15% extra gold on death with critical. If you're running high crit rates, then you can gain the 15% extra gold. It's only per person that dies from a crit. So say for instance you're killing, I'm going to make this real simple. If you're killing 40% of your wave with crit, only 40% of the wave will get the 15% increased gold, which itself would be, 6% extra gold for the round. Okay? Just putting it in simple numbers for you. That's how it works. Higher your crit rate, the better this is. Another one to point out, actually, is Worthless Coin. Free to pay people. If you're using it to be able to use free auto battle or fab, Note that it cannot earn you gold. But if you're playing Gab or Gold Auto Battle, which the game refers to in its modifiers as time mode. In time mode, or tab, then you get 15% bonus gold. So it can replace, say for instance, the bronze piece as a higher modifier. So that's for treasures. Pretty rudimentary. Next, towers. Pretty simple. Trophy gives you plus 40% gold. As a modifier, the golden tree works such that if you... It's the right-hand half of the experience tree, by the way, for the tower. If you kill a certain amount of monsters in a wave, I'm not even worried about the money here. I'm going to add it back real quick afterwards. But look at this bar. The further you're... Oh, you can't see me point. The little purple bar next to where the castle is. The more mobs you kill in a wave, the closer that bar gets. Also, this isn't the point of the video, but interesting tidbit about the tree. If you swap what the tree produces, before the bar fills up, it will then give you what it's currently producing at that point. So you could leave the bar as it was, and then if, say for instance, you go, oh, I need gems real quick, you can then just swap it to the gems, and even if that bar's like here where I've done 99%, when it procs, it will give me the diamonds instead of the gold. But anyway, this gold here is flat, and I believe it's based as a modifier. I think it's like your total wave count times whatever it is. So, as you can see, I'm currently at wave 527,000. I don't have the gold tooltips on, but gives me a couple million, I think. So, leaders, there's one leader that gives you gold directly, and that is not Din. Go away, Din. I like your little drill, but no. Tony. So 20% of the damage he deals is taken back as gold. You scale your damage, your attack speed, your crit, whatever you want up on Tony. Basically, whatever he's hitting for, you get 20%. So this build is hitting, let's call this 200,000 at the moment. I took the ring out to give it back to Edward for something I was messing around with, but let's say it's normally 200,000 for simplicity. That means every single hit, I get 40,000 gold. I mean, it will scale up the more you level up Tony. Basically, it's that simple. Next up, heroes. You have Military Band, male, gives 40% bonus gold. Take into account the idea of enemies that do multi-hits and chains, such as Poison Voodoo's darts and the Dark Lightning Sorcerer's chain lightnings and stuff. I will come back to concepts involving gold with that in a moment. Next up, we have Alchemist. 2 frogs it makes per time you use it. Gives you 5% gold per frog, so that's 10% for each time it's used. If you can get skill duration as runes and make your cooldown smaller, mine's kind of high because I'm searching for the double cooldown stuff that I want to put on Alchemist. You can basically just even it out so you get loads of frogs on the field. Super cool. Rogue as well. Oops, I've got the wrong one equipped and I don't know why. Oh, because this is a different deck. It's fine, don't worry. So left promotion of Rogue, each shadow steals gold. In other words, all damage sources of Rogue deal 40% extra damage. It can do the poison stacking thing because it is a poison unit, but the poison that it generates does not give it the extra 40% gold. It is purely on what the Rogue is able to produce. So higher the damage, again, much like Tony. But unlike Tony, the Rogue gets bonuses to its shadow attack and the effect of God Steal. So you can actually make it 45% with stronger shadow attack. Towers. Gold Castle gives you 10% bonus gold. Wonderful. Again, it's just a modifier. I've already talked about the town, because that's the mine, and that's if you're going to run the golden pickaxe. Honestly, neither here nor there. Altar, there's only one. I think I discussed this back in my manual waving video, but the Altar of Greed. Field monster bonus gold. applies to the monsters that are on the field at the time that you use the Altar of Greed. It's really not that much, honestly. It's nice. I think I've shown off before the idea that if you have literally no items or whatever, you could run Hell Mode, just spawn in all the monsters that can physically be on the screen at one time, use gold, and then just zap everyone. Kind of funny. But what I was going to show you is how I earn my money. I used to earn money using a summoning build like this, where I could just summon everything once, let it run for a while. I like set it and forget it builds because I'm often looking at YouTube or I'm reading manga and my phone's on split screen mode, so I don't often look at this very often. But at the moment, what I am running is a modified version. Sorry, wrong deck. What I am running is a modified version of the build by Oyin Gaming for the no-click build, as he calls it. Sorry, as they call it. Oyin might not be. Well, I don't know. That's their prerogative. I'll post a video. I'll link that video in the description. Much like how with all my other Growcaster videos, I'll link the MVL Discord. I'll also link my manual waving video because, as I say, I will touch on it in a moment. So, the build I'm currently running to earn me loads of money is this. As I mentioned, my modified version of Oyin Gaming, right? No click. In Hell Mode, you go seasonal, 50% bonus gold. So, you just smack that modifier up to the high heavens, and my plan, right? Remember, I'm on 2x speed here because I've not bothered to collect ads, and I've not bought any ads lately because whatever. So this is just going to run. I think I clicked the button at what, 11:55, 11:56? On the first recording I had actually complete. When I had done the recording, I only had to record because I realised I didn't talk about treasures. The build takes about 65, 70-ish seconds, I said. So you should notice that this will end at about 13 minutes and 2 seconds into the recording, I guess. So, and then I say, let's round it up for the purpose of the stupid animation where it goes defeat or this is your score or whatever, right? So in a minute and a half, I'll show you afterwards, but I should earn about 380 million. I think this build earns between 375 and 390. Within the runs, there is always a point of deviance, partly due to crit chances. My heroes that I have out now, I haven't got the right items for it yet. So when I get the right items, then I will be able to stack it up and make it work. Oh, I also haven't gone through the dungeon runes yet, have I? Okay, I'll show you this and then we'll run through dungeon runes because there's actually some important points to point out for the dungeons as well, as much as I begrudge running them. So yeah, there you go, 13:29. Yeah, 90 seconds-ish. Right now, it's adding me 390 million. So, let's 2/3 that. I'm earning, what, about 260 million a minute at the moment from running this. Of course, if you're running the manual wave at the same time, so you get the mimic and then it gives you the bonus gold. The bonus gold timer can affect into Hell Mode. I think I mentioned that in my manual waving video too. It's been a while since I made that. But yes, that will affect it as well. The treasures that I'm running here are the 3 modified gold percentages: golden heart, gold bar, and bronze piece. And what I'm doing is I'm supplementing my crit chance for sharp arrow, because the extra 10% crit chance for the heroes and the 20% for the lightning cannons will add, as mentioned before, courtesy of gold heart, the 15% for anything that goes to a crit. At the moment, my crit chance across the board for the most part is about 50%. So that's the equivalent of 7.5-ish% additional bonus gold from critical, roughly. Not precisely, but roughly. Okay, I also forgot to mention the dungeons, so let's do that now. Beginner dungeon, bonus gold skill, actually not awful to run. Just it just supplements an extra one. It's just an extra modifier, basically. I think I talk about the bonus gold skill in the manual waving video as well. Gold per hit. Nah. If you're, really, really early game, getting the gold per hit is kind of nice. As I mentioned earlier, when you're running stuff like Voodoo or Dark Lightning Sorcerer or Thor or somebody that has a multi-hit, Zeus as well. Zeus has got his lightning bolts, don't forget. That gold per hit counts for everything that's hit from that person's attack. So, Dark Lightning Sorcerer with 11 chains. Let's say let's say I got a 10 gold per hit because I had a bad roll on the gold per hit one. Oh, you can actually stack this. It doesn't say put 1 per deck. You can actually stack that. So let's say, for instance, I have 40 per hit. I'd add 440 gold every time the Dark Lightning Sorcerer attacked. Not big, but it's a difference. Intermediate has nothing. Expert, though, has own bonus gold. Not 1 per deck. So let's say, for instance, you're running 4 of this on your rogue, right? That's 20% extra bonus gold. So he goes from 45% to a potential 65% extra gold from his attacks. Pretty nice. So Camp Pumpernickel mentioned that his rogue deals 18 million / 20 million ish as a level 10k. So 65% of that is 13 million. Kind of nice per round. You then have bonus gold per percentage, so it actually can become you actually had 5% because it's 1 per deck. So add that in, big amount of chunky bonus gold. So yeah, that's sort of what I wanted to mention. Really, I wanted to put out there more of an awareness for the bonus gold modifier in Hell mode. It sits there. Some people use it, some people don't. But realistically, it's just easy just to let this run, do its thing. And I'm not pressing any buttons right now. I'm taking a sip of iced tea. So, I'll end off by re-mentioning I will link my manual waving strategy into the description. Because for free to play, if you're properly playing the game and not just letting it run, the ultimate strategy is you do a manual wave, you hit your ad, you then play Hell mode a couple times over so that 2.5 minutes elapses for your ad cooldown. You then do a manual wave, hit that ad, and then you repeat the process. So I'll link my manual video in the description. I'll also link Oyin Gaming's build that you see here. Again, mine's a slightly modified version, but they ran a quite nice version for those who want to still earn gold while waving. Yeah, and I'll link, as I do with all my other Grow Castles, the MVL Discord, so that more people can come in and start reacting to Lab's announcements with Pepe Gay. Yeah, alrighty. Catch you next time. Where's the button?